And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a game called Quick Link. Find a link in a blink. It's like Dr. Seuss wrote this or something. This is a party game, and I tend to like party games, so this one here, you grab things as fast as you can using a suction cup device. Right here. You're grabbing cards with it. What could go wrong? Let's find out. In this game, you're going to take a deck here of noun cards and make a grid of 16 cards. Each player is going to get this little device here with a suction cup on it. And each round of the game, you're going to turn over the top card here. So this is pointy. Simultaneously, everyone's going to try to grab things here that are pointy. Not things that can be pointy, but that are inherently pointy. So obviously, knife here. So I grab this with my suction cup. I then take it off the... Okay? And then I look for other things that are pointy. I could say cheese, because I like to eat sharp cheese. We'll find out if everyone else thinks that's the case or not. So take it off the... All right. And what else is pointy? A feather is pointy, right? So I grab that. And then I'm going to... got it off there. All right, a diamond is pointy, because you can use a diamond to cut glass. That's what the criminals do. Hang on, got it. At some point, a needle. Oh, I got a needle. All right, needle's very pointy. And then I'm supposed to, that one can be easier. Okay, great. At some point, you'll say, there's nothing left for anyone to grab. And so you'll squeak this. Sorry for all those of you watching who have dogs. And that's the end of the round. Now, everyone else is going to say, wait a minute, you could have said something else is pointy. If that's correct, you lose a point. Otherwise, get a point for signaling the end of the round. Then, you're going to go through all these cards, and each person's going to decide, is that pointy or not? So, everyone's going to do it, but if you think it's questionable, so let's say cheese. I'm like, well, sharp cheese, and someone says, that's questionable. And if half the people say it's questionable, then you're voted down and you aren't going to get it. Otherwise, you get a point for each one that you have. Then we're going to refill all these ones in the link that were taken, and the next card is going to be turned over. So now we will do portable, or noisy, or natural, or curvy. So you'll turn over one of those. You do this 8 times in a row. After the 8th round, whoever has the most points is the winner. The game comes with a little plastic container here that holds everything. And these cards, you know, they're thick cards, which is good. And we'll talk about that later. They have holes in them, which I think makes them easier to slide around the table and pick up. But there isn't that many of each of the types. There is only 50 nouns and 50 of these. You're going to see all the nouns, the object cards. You're probably not going to see all 50 of these. You're only going to use 8 of these. But they pick very generic stuff here. Hammer, rock, light bulb, train, rocket. And then these are things like sweet, resistant, round, sharp, shiny, slippery, slow, soft, sticky, etc. Then there's these. All right, goodness gracious. First of all, the only thing that makes that sound is a dog toy, or maybe a baby rattle, but almost always a dog toy. We could barely play this game at my house because our dog heard people squeaking these and assumed it's their toy. It even looks like a dog toy. But even worse is this nonsense. So the game, the rules are like, in fact, I'll show you in the rules here because I'm so annoyed by this. The wrong way to unstick a card is to pull it straight off, okay? The right way is to hold the card and slide it laterally. Great. Okay, that doesn't work very well at all. It's really annoying. The best way is to kind of peel part of it off with your fingernails or pop it there. You're doing this during a speed game. All right. Right there, that invalidates the whole game. But I guess I have to finish the review, so let's keep going. Sometimes, folks, I try to find things that are good in games, right? There is nothing good in this game. Everything about it makes it not worth getting. It is the most generic party game ever. Okay, take everything else out of it. turn a card over, grab things that match that card, then argue ad nauseum over whether they match or not. And then get points. Also get points for signaling the end of a round or not, or lose a point. It's so nebulous. And I don't mind games that bring up debate and argument sometimes, but this one just, that's all it is. And they're very boring words, and you're making very boring matches. It's a very, very boring game in a very boring house in a very boring street. Then you add this in the mix. That's annoying. That's annoying. Combine them, annoying squared, mixed with a boring party game gives us something not worth buying. Which is sad because Foxmind makes a lot of games I've liked. I've enjoyed some of their stuff. I don't know who the target audience is for this one. They flat out lie about these things. They don't come off, and I've given them to several people just to see if I was missing something from it. My kids were so annoyed by pulling this stuff off, and I could see this one making a funny commercial, but after a while you're going to get annoyed, and your dog will eat these. As they should. Anyway, this is not worth your time. I want to play good party games. I want to review good party games. This is not a good party game. I'm Tom Vasel, though, and you've been watching the Dice Tower. Dice Tower Judgment, give it to your dog to play with. Oh.